So this video will respond to the allegations brought to the table by Scenebean, who goes by they them pronouns, an ex-steam friend of mine, another ex-steam friend of mine, and the third ex-steam friend of mine, Spencer, and African Vulture, who identifies as a black woman. There's a lot of dangerous allegations of grooming, pedophilia, cyberbullying, and just pure degeneracy going my way. These are things I never wanted, intended, ever did, or ever even want to happen in my career of YouTube. But here we are. So, who am I? Who's this 30-year-old with a receding hairline who's talking to you? Well, my name is Sean Lyons. I live in Royersford, Pennsylvania. I grew up in Philadelphia from July 18th, 1994 to September 2001. I spent most of my life in Oaks, Pennsylvania from September to February 2018, and then briefly from March 2018 to June 2019 in Douglasville, Pennsylvania. And now, I live in Royersford. I'm a vlogger, a gamer, an entertainer, if you can call it that, and somebody a lot older than most people watching right now. Somehow, that's been a problem. Most of my fans of this channel, most of my fans on this channel are friendly, responsive, supportive, and wish no harm in my well-being. But unfortunately, there's a loud minority, about 1 to 5% of the whole GoAnimate community, a lot whom use Discords. They've recently accused me of the disgusting stuff that I mentioned above. So I'll explain how all this came about, and with that, we'll start in the year 2010. I started my channel back in 2010 when I was 16 years old, and I used the name Mr. Lyosea, Mryosea, which was a combination of my real name, Sean Lyons. It was actually my brother who started the channel for me, but from that point forward, it was always my channel. It started out as mostly like generic Garry's Mod videos that I uploaded. That didn't start until May 2015. I didn't upload anything until May 2015. So there was mostly Garry's Mod videos and gameplay videos up until about late 2018. And then late 2018, that's when I started making my very first GoAnimate videos using the software Vyond. And that's when I started using the name Mr. Lyosea completely spelled out. And I did 5 GoAnimate videos using the business-friendly style. And then later on, I started making the Comedy World videos using this hack that was what you did was you actually took a link to the assets of the original software, and you can actually get the old Comedy World. So that's what I did. I did 2 videos. And that's when I made that famous intro with the infamous Sarah picture that people always comment about. It was a picture that I found off of DeviantArt somebody made, and I didn't really think anything of it. I just thought it was a picture of Sarah. I didn't even notice the feet, and I used it as a stock image because I wanted to put something in the background of Caillou's room, and that's what I did. But yeah, so I did that video, and then I did the Caillou eats poop video. And that's another thing people have complained about. They've complained about that I have some kind of fart fetish or poop fetish, when people like African Vulture, Officer Poop 247, even Brendan Barney has made videos with fart effects in it. So but for some reason, always people complain to me about doing it. But anyway, in late 2019, the legacy maker of Beyond completely stopped, and when that stopped, you couldn't use the hack anymore to get the original assets, so I couldn't make any more Comedy World videos. Then in early 2020, when I wasn't doing anything, because there was a brief period where I wasn't working at all, I made videos of retro old games from my childhood, from the 1990s all the way to the mid-2000s, like Jumpstart games, Rita Rabbit games, Living Books games of Arthur, stuff like that. But also, before that, in 2018, even before I made the first Beyond videos, I made a Caillou Fallout 4 mod. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what Fallout 4 is, the video game. I made a mod for it that has Caillou, his family, Caillou's house recreated, and pretty much like a whole neighborhood recreated. It was originally supposed to be like a take place in like the year 2000, but then I decided to add Caillou and all that, and that's how that came about. So from that point, it was kind of a hiatus. I stopped doing videos when I actually got a job at Home Depot. But then in June 2020, I saw from the YouTuber GoTube that there was a new software called Rapper Offline. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, they actually recreate Comedy World. I want this. So I joined the Discord server, the Rapper Offline Discord server. I downloaded the software and I made 4 videos within just a week. I was real excited that I actually could make videos again. Anybody can make videos. But the videos didn't really get that good views until about October. And then October, the views started exploding, and then on October 27th exactly is when I was first able to monetize my videos. And from that point forward, from that to about 2023, that was my full-time job. And also in September 2020 is when I changed my name from Mr. Liarcy to Everything PC Gaming. And the reason I changed to Everything PC Gaming was because I made the banner have that name back in February 2020. So from that point, everything was going good. Then in 2021, I decided to change my Steam username to Everything PC Gaming because I figured by this point, people were starting to know me as that versus my original name, Lyosea, which is Lyosea. That was my original Steam name. So I figured, hey, I might just change it to that. No harm in that. But then, after a while, like a few years there, I started getting friend requests from people, people that watched the channel, which I didn't really expect to. And so I friended some of these people, and a few of these people were under 18. And I was always under the guise that as long as you don't talk sexual with someone under 18, you don't meet up with somebody that's under 18, or you don't want to meet someone under 18, or do anything with them unless you have their parents' permission, which I never did any of that with anybody, then it's not a problem. So I didn't think anything of it. And a lot of Steam friends, they didn't think anything of it. Well, apparently 2 people did not like that over time. And those people were now they've gotten pretty friendly with me in the past 2 days. They apologized for getting angry at me, but I'm just saying, for the record, there were the 2 people that were the victims in that video that Scene recently did. So anyway, these 2 friends of mine, the one friend and his friend he friended me afterwards, and they asked me one day to play the game Left 4 Dead 2. So I was like, okay, that's great. I'll do that. I'll do gameplay of it too. I didn't tell them I was going to do gameplay of it because I've always done gameplay videos, record gameplay of various different times with the various different friends of mine. I've never said anything, and there was never ever a problem with that. So I didn't think there was going to be a problem with these two. So we played the game. You can see the game on linked above here, and everything was all kosher. So, but then after that first exposed video that Scene made about me in November 2024, they asked me about it, and they asked if they could do an interview with me. I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So the two interviewed me, and they asked me about like the drama and everything. So I explained everything, and I said that, well, Scene kind of thinks that I'm being transphobic, that I'm being ableist, that I'm being bigoted, and also I talked about Brendan Barney saying that I was a pedophile, his comment about me. So the interview with them went good, and I thought everything was cool. And the Andrew guy even asked if I could do a request, and I did that Thanksgiving singer video about 2 weeks after that, and I even shouted them out. So I thought everything was good. And then a month after that, I gave a Steam game because in December, it was December 15th, 2024, I gifted him the game Forza 4, which is a racing game that was recently going to be stopped selling on Steam, and I saw it was in his wish list. A wish list is something on Steam where somebody wishes for a game that they want to buy themselves later, or someone else could give to them, so I gave it to him. And I've given gifted games about 3 or 4 times before to other Steam friends between like 2018 to 2021. There was another Steam friend of mine that was also a young guy I gave it to in July of 2024. But anyway, yeah, so I thought everything was all cool. But unfortunately, Andrew and Slame, as I said, they were the two victims in Scene's video, and they stated that they found me weird. This was based on the interview they recently did. They found me weird. They said I don't know how to talk to others, and said that I knew which school he went to, which that is absolutely not true at all. Unless he mentioned his school, and then maybe I looked it up, that might have been the case. But unless he mentioned his school, then I would have had no idea what school he went to. So I don't know where he got that from. And then was saying that he found it weird that I was 30 years old, which I always figured they kind of knew I was older. I didn't think they thought that I was probably 30, but I figured they probably thought I was like in my mid-20s. Because I never really mentioned my age much in my videos, except for the fact that there's videos from me from like 1994, so you know that I was a baby then. But anyway, they basically accused me of grooming, which I don't... To me, giving a game to somebody and being friends with them, that's not grooming. Grooming is when you ask for favors for people. You do stuff for people to get a favor in return. A lot of times it's a sexual favor with a lot of sexual deviance. But with me, I was just gifting him a game because it was in his wish list, and that was it. But anyway, that's those two. Then there's Spencer, my third ex-Steam friend. Spencer, who's currently known as he was a Steam friend who friended me all the way back in February 2023, 3 months before the other two did. And he would chat with me like every like 3 to 4 days. He would like randomly pop up and like chat with me about games or like other stuff on YouTube or like YouTube videos that I made. And everything seemed pretty fine. But then around like May, June, he started saying like all this like suicidal stuff, like, and like saying that he had a fight with his family, that he like slapped his family, his mother. And after that, I didn't want to have anything to do with him, so I blocked him. But then after I blocked him, he was begging me to refriend him and said he would give me an explanation. So he gave me an explanation and then said that, you know, him and his family are cool and all. And I said to him, okay, I really would appreciate if you don't say any of this like suicidal like craziness anymore. And then he was okay with it. So from then until August, everything was fine with him, but then he did something really weird, and this creeped me out. He actually phoned me. He found my phone number off of a background check website, which there's websites like that where you can look up people's like phone numbers and addresses if you know their name. And he knew my name because my name was listed on my YouTube banner at the time, which is not now. So he looked me up and he called me. I was like, "Oh, hey, is this Sean Lyons?" I'm like, "Yeah, who's this?" "Oh, this is Spencer." "Oh, wow. Wow, that's really something." And then he hung up and then he messaged me. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I knew it was your number." I was like, "Okay, could you not do that again?" And then he was like, "Yeah, sure." So then, yeah, so from that point, everything was pretty okay with him. He would say a few crazy stuff here and there. But then in like early or late 2023 to early 2024, he would talk about this Discord server of people that hate me. It started out as like a fan page of mine, and then people like comment negative stuff about me, kind of like Scenes Discord. And I asked him if he could link it to me, and he didn't do that. Um, he said that he like forgot where it was from, and he doesn't have the link to it anymore. So I was like, okay. Um, then in like June 2024, he would say that my phone number and stuff that he knew about got linked to a doxing website, and at this point he said it like 2, 3, 4 times, and I was starting to figure that he was the one posting this to this doxing website to try and like get a response out of me. And I told him, I don't really care if people know my phone number. I've been doxed before. So then I checked the website and I saw the number got removed. So I kind of figured that was him. So by this point, he was kind of a creepy fan of mine, creepy friend of mine. But things really took a turn for the worst when July 12th, 2024 came. So, as you guys know, I do vlogging videos, and my style of vlogging videos was that I always do raw type of video. I'll usually put like a camera around me like this. I'll have it laid like this on my stomach, on my chest, and I'll just walk around like my neighborhood and stuff, like if there's like an event in town going on, or if there's a fair, or if I go like to the beach and there's like a fireworks show, I'll just do a random vlog like that. Everything's raw like that. So that's what I did in 2024, July. My town was having a local fair at a church called Sacred Heart. It's a Catholic church on Walnut Street. And so, and also that fair was also the very first fair that I ever went to as a kid when I was 8 years old, back in July of 2002. So to me, it was always a very known fair, and, you know, a fair that's been going on for many years, since I think 1993. So I do the vlog like I usually do with stuff. I walk around my town. I walk up to the fair. I see everyone's having fun. I see a bunch of people having fun. I'm about to buy tickets, but the ticket booth's like all the way in the back. So at first I thought I'd get footage of just the people randomly playing the games there. And I see this one group that's playing this punching bag game. And there's a kid there. I think he's like 10 years old. I didn't even notice the kid there. And I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. But then right when I did that, this guy was like, yo, man, could you not photograph my children, please? I know who you are. I'm the guy that called you a fucking pedophile. And then I realized the guy was Walt Winters. Walt Winters is a guy who commented on my Facebook page in 2023 October after he saw me at the community day in Royersford and Limerick, and he apparently thought it was creepy that I was walking around with my camera doing raw footage, and he claimed that I was following his 14, 15-year-old daughter, which I wasn't. And I even checked all the videos, the Limerick video and the Royersford video, and I could not see this guy in any of the videos. So he must have been like far in the distance, so I was nowhere near his family. So anyway, he commented that on my Facebook, and at the time, I thought he was like a troll or something, or like a bot. Like, I've never had someone complain this much about anything I've ever done. But lo and behold, he was real, and he was the person at the fair there. So I told him to fuck off, because if you're going to call me a pedophile for me doing a simple vlog, that offends me. It does offend me. And the police saw it, noticed it, and they were asking me, like, what's going on? What happens? They were like, oh, it looks like you were having a fight there. I was like, this guy's calling me a pedophile. He's somebody that I know on Facebook. And then they were asked, like, well, how do you know he's calling you a pedophile? Because he posts on Facebook. I do vlogs all the time, and he said that he didn't like me doing a vlog in the area, and then they kind of understood his situation, and they asked me not to do the video at that time, and to possibly next year maybe ask permission at the fair, the church. So I walked home, and the whole time I was doing this, I was recording the whole time, and link for that video right here. And I walked home, I was depressed about it, and I posted on YouTube in my community tab about it, and a lot of the fans of mine were wondering, like, well, what's going on? Well, why didn't you just punch the guy? Why didn't you just scream at him and punch him? Well, because there's police there, and I'm not going to hit someone just because they say something nasty to me. I'm going to walk away. I tell them to fuck off and walk away. So I post that, and then my Steam friend Spencer, he sees that, and he wonders, like, what happened and all. So I told him about it, and I linked him the video that I shot of it. He was the only person I shared the video with, and he was outraged. Like, he was all for me. He was defending me. He was like, this guy's a sicko. This guy's white trash. Oh my god, this guy's a freak. So, and then he threatened to, like, punch the guy, and I'm like, please don't do any of that. Don't say anything to the guy. And he's like, okay, I won't. Then 3 days later on, actually, no, it wasn't 3 days later, it was a week later. It was on the 21st of July. he shares with me a message that he sent to the guy, Walt, and he shows that he threatened Walt. He says, "Oh, you threatened my friend? Well, now I'm gonna take your life." And I'm like, "What? What are you doing? Why did you do it? Why'd you send that to him?" He's like, "Well, I think he should know because he's disgusting." I'm like, "Dude, stop it, please. Delete that now." And then he tells me that he sent people to Walt's house, like actually threatening him. I'm like, "Please, dude, please stop this now." And then Spencer asked me to call him, and I'm like, "No, I'm not calling you. Stop this." And then he's like, "Well, if you don't call me, I'm gonna make fake information about you." And after that, I blocked him. I didn't want anything to do with him. A video of that you could see right here of Spencer's reaction to me and my reaction to him, the raw video of that. And so then a few hours later, he friends another Steam friend of mine and then starts saying about like that I'm a pedophile and that I'm like a groomer and all this disgusting stuff. And then my friend asks him, "Okay, well, send me the evidence and I'll make a video about it." And then Spencer's like, "Whoa, oh, you're just going to defend a pedo? Okay, fine." And then he tells the friend to kill themselves. He types KYS, KYS, KYS. And then the Steam friend is like, he messaged me and he's like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And I'm like, what happened? He's like, "Oh, check Discord." I checked Discord because I'm friends with him on Discord too, the other Steam friend. And then he shares me the screenshots that he took of Spencer. I'm like, "Oh my god, this guy's a freak. This guy's mental." So that's pretty much everything with Spencer. And then a week after that, Spencer uploaded the original video that I shot. And when I was given the information to the police in the video, I actually give out my address and my phone number. So Spencer uploaded the video with that information. So after that, because he uploaded the video without my permission, I copyright struck it because that's my right. I can do that. I didn't give him permission. I didn't want him to do that. And I sent a community guidelines flag to the video, and within 2 hours the video got removed. So from that point, I thought Spencer was done with. He's a freak. He's just crazy in the head. But then, months later, Scenebean made her famous video, the first video in November, where she said that I was transphobic, ableist, sexist, bigoted, whatever. And then she said that, that I misgendered her, which I didn't. I didn't mean to misgender her, because how am I going to know that that you go by they, them? I was born in 1994, not 2007. I don't go with this whole gender fluid stuff. But anyway, after she made that video, Spencer then comments on one of my videos that he's working with Scenebean to expose me. And then after that, I figured, oh my god, he's probably going to share that video again, the one that has my information. So after that is when I sent a video into an auditor channel, which is called Prove All Things Audit, which you can see their video again right here, which is I linked before. And I figured if I do that, then Spencer can't give away my actual information, which he might in the future. I don't care if he does, but I just figured it would save me a little bit there. With having people harass me and send me mail and stuff like that, So after that, I thought everybody moved on, but as you know, Andrew didn't, Slane didn't, and Spencer didn't, and they were the 3 victims in that video. They think they're victims because they think I groomed them, even though all I did was I friended them because they friended me first on Steam. I sent the one guy a game, Oh, and also Spencer mentioned that I tried to meet up with him. I didn't meet up with him. I made a joke that we could have met up with each other because one time I was at the beach. This was 2 weeks before the whole Walt Winters thing, the fair video, and I was at Rehoboth Beach, and apparently he said that he was there, and I was like, oh wow, we could have met up there. So that's what I meant by that, but of course he twisted to say that I tried to meet up with him. But anyway, that's pretty much all about the three people there. So in short, I'm not a pedophile, I'm not a groomer, I'm just a 30-year-old man who has steam friends under 18 who later felt uncomfortable. And also, the two Steam friends, they even commented nice things on the Left 4 Dead video I did, so that's them lying too, about them being uncomfortable. But this is a video in response to all that. I really wish people would stop slandering me, stop saying untrue stuff about me. I urge people to know the actual definition of grooming and to please report actual child abuse. You can report actual child abuse to the National Missing Children's Clearinghouse website. A link for that below in the comments. And to anybody that doesn't believe me by this point and just thinks I'm rambling and that I'm untrue, all I can say is that you have a very stubborn mindset. You'll never mature in life, and to me, you're just toxic. I feel this is. I don't really feel this is people that are misguided. I feel it's people that are jealous of me or don't like the success that I have, or they think that I'm weird, so they want to, trample all over me. And also, lastly, to Brendan Barney, the only reason I made fun of you in any of my videos, that caricature I made of you, is because me personally, I expected better from a 24-year-old man. You're apparently 24 years old. But to me, you act nothing but a man baby with your angry response to me being a pedophile and a terrible person. You, I will never respect in my life again. And a lot of the people who made these claims against me, I won't respect ever. And I'm also going to release one more video featuring the caricatures I've made of my detractors and the people who criticized me. It will be released tomorrow. But the thing is, I don't owe your apology. I would think someone older than GoTube and as much influence as African Vulture would have a little bit more respect and a little more sense in their heads. And like I've said before, why is me friending people under 18 such a problem? There's people like African Vulture who has fans that are way underage who watch their videos, and I don't know if she has a Discord page, but if she does, then right there, why is she allowed to have friends that are under 18? She's literally 41. She was born February 1984. It's just very hypocritical to me. But anyway, guys, that's all for this. I never wanted to make this video. I'm still going to do what I love, make entertaining videos, make vlogging videos, archiving stuff in my town and different events, do gaming videos. I'm not going to have little SJW piss ants take that away from me. To the accusers and the snakes of mine, all I can say is grow up, get actual therapy. But anyway, to the good people, peace, and keep on personal gaming.